Heyo everybody, Zion over here from Nintendo Life, and today we're here to share with you our review of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge on the Nintendo Switch. Now, this review was originally written by Tom Massey for NintendoLife.com, but was reworked into this video by me. One of the biggest phenomena of the 80s was the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and somehow that energy has endured for 35 whole years, if you can believe it. The initial dark comic creations, later given a kid-friendly refashioning, spearheaded Turtle Mania, a toxic waste fusion of martial arts and mutant teen reptiles that swept the globe. Leonardo, Raphael, Michelangelo, and Donatello were plastered on shirts, shorts, lunchboxes, and of course, injected into video games. Konami's 1989 arcade release, a 4-player scrolling beat-em-up engineered to bankrupt unwitting parents, was a dream come true for the kids that were tall enough to reach its bulky shelf-like control panel. And despite the superior 1991 sequel, Turtles in Time, few have achieved this same kind of energy until now. Tribute Games, responsible for Scott Pilgrim vs. the World the game and Panzer Paladin, certainly hasn't half-shelled it. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge is the best Turtles side-scrolling beat-em-up ever made. In places, the similarities are so strong to Konami's effort that it flies dangerously close to potential copyright infringement. But at the same time, Tribute and .mu have gone to town with the license, cramming the enormous 16-stage brawl with a broad compendium of bad guys, including many lesser-known characters snatched from the depths of the Archie comic book series as well. Graphically, it's a feast. Sadly, there aren't any CRT filters, which some may find disappointing, but it's so beautifully, lovingly drawn that it's hard to muster up a complaint. Every inch is stuffed with detail, beginning inside April O'Neil's Channel 5 TV station, before moving through New York's back streets and sewers. Familiar locations are rendered with fresh, loving attention to detail, gorgeous color, and an authentic cartoon flavor, all strung together with great visual storytelling. The zoo, for example, features these adorably cute and bothersome monkeys that get in your way from time to time, and rampaging animals as well. The Turtles blimp trails you while you hoverboard above sunny city rooftops, dodging incoming missiles, and certain sections feel like you're battling it out in the 1989 Playmates sewer toy set. Comedic elements can be found around every corner too. Idle foot soldiers steal the Turtles' van wheels, rattle Game Boys, and lick popsicles, all before you disturb their fun with a nunchuck upside the head. The sprite designs are superbly animated and bursting with character, and the Turtles boast plenty of individual personality as well. April O'Neil, for example, is simply superb, snapping photos of downed enemies and hammering through crowds with a boom mic. The stages themselves have plenty of variety, although little feels really new. Bosses where you need to fling enemies into the foreground and obstacle-littered cheapskate skateboard rides are cherry-picked from past titles. Where it does work well, though, is the sheer number of enemies and how they attack, forcing you to continually apply different approaches. Bosses, too, are brilliantly designed and executed with fun, engaging patterns and windows of opportunity to lay into them with a super. Just as much effort has gone into the audio department, with T. Lopes of Sonic Mania fame mustering a stellar soundtrack. The Turtles' vocal quips are recorded by the original cartoon cast, and occasional singing tracks that range from rap-style beats to cheesy rock appropriately cement the tone. The chords and motifs are kindred to the original show's idiosyncratic sound, as are the one-liners spilled when you smack Shredder's Foot Clan. While the aesthetic is assured, it wouldn't be much if the gameplay wasn't up to snuff. And evidently, this is where Shredder's Revenge comes into its own. The control scheme is a marvel of quality, squeezing everything necessary out of the control pad, while never becoming overly complex. You can charge attack, dash, slide, double jump, drop kick, rising tackle, dodge, grab, and slam in 2 different ways, and enact 3 types of devastating super attacks, all in addition to your standard tap combos. In tandem, this goes off like a dream. You quickly become accustomed to the moveset, which is cleverly adjusted for each character's strengths and weaknesses. Only when you dash slide into a foot soldier, launch into a rising tackle, and drop kick back down, followed by a dash barrage and additional juggles, do you realize how flawlessly taught the combat actually is. It may be combo and juggle heavy, but it's all very easy to initiate. The result is a flamboyant, raucous turtle mosh pit where you barrel fearlessly into enemy hordes, dodge roll through explosives, and dominate the screen at ninja pace. Now, as far as the gameplay modes, there's an arcade mode on board, which is our preferred way to play. That's as straightforward as it sounds. You gain an extra life for every 200 enemies dispatched, and it's a nicely balanced, highly engaging playthrough on defaults. Kick the difficulty up to hard, the go-to setting for beat-em-up aficionados, and the challenge is really on. Story mode augments the game with a city map overworld where stages can be revisited to complete challenges, uncover hidden items, and reveal character cameos. The system here features a smart peripheral RPG element whereby you convert accrued points into additional health, upgraded supers, enhanced radical mode abilities, and even extra lives. The aim is to incrementally power up the entire team while working through the collectathon objectives. Multiplayer is fiendishly good fun as well, with up to 6 players thrashing about with a cool range of team-up attacks and the ability to revive downed allies. And although we weren't able to test it online during the review period, you can party with internet-ready fellows at almost any point in the game. Now, Tribute Games are aware of a catalog of bugs and glitches, ready to be patched day one. We did, however, encounter a few not on the pre-launch list. Audio pops occurred now and then, and certain sound effects like windows breaking didn't seem to be working properly. There are occasional frame stutters even in one-player mode, but these are so fleeting that they don't really affect the action. However, once during a 2-player game, we were left waiting up to 3 minutes between stages on a black screen. And then, during a boss fight, the game slowed to a 1 FPS crawl before one of the bosses went underground, never to return again, ending the game. The worst of our fates was making it to the penultimate stage, only for an error to occur, the game to quit, and then no recurse to return to our point of progress. Despite these performance issues, we're confident Tribute Games will smooth everything out, and it shouldn't dissuade you from a purchase. Tellingly, these hiccups didn't affect our overall opinion in the slightest. 2 years in the making, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge is the best Turtles beat-em-up ever made. It looks delicious, sounds superb, and rekindles childhood memories beyond all expectation, time warping you back to 1987, just as you remembered it. Its combat system is so much fun that you feel compelled to keep coming back to try new stages, and with its awesome multiplayer, the experience evolves again and again. Like any beat-em-up, it does get repetitive as you enter the last third of the game, but that's much more a fault of the concept than the actual game itself. And our only regret is that we didn't use anywhere near enough puns in this review, so let's close out by saying Shredder's Revenge is an unexpected celebration. We here at Nintendo Life give Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge on the Nintendo Switch a 9 out of 10. Now, if you'd like to hear some last-minute thoughts from somebody else who's played the game, I, Xeon, have also spent a decent amount of time with Shredder's Revenge as well. And honestly, I think I would pretty much just echo a lot of the same things that Tom already said in the review. I think my biggest takeaway from the game, though, is just how much personality and how much charm and love really was poured into this game. There are little Easter eggs hidden around every corner, enemies have different attack animations, and the idle animations are amazing. And I love how every character in the game plays completely different. And you can even see a bit of the original Scott Pilgrim DNA in this game as well, with how many of April O'Neil's moves are reminiscent of Ramona Flowers. I really wish that some developer out there found a way to turn this into a fully commercialized arcade cabinet. It's great to be able to play a game like this at home, but it would be so magical to be able to walk into an arcade, a modern day arcade like Round 1 or something like that, and see this and play this with some strangers that you've never met before that just also love Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And yeah, I know they have a modern day TMNT game at arcades these days, but it really doesn't even come close to something like this. So if you're a fan of Turtles, if you're a fan of beat 'em ups, if you're a fan of just fun multiplayer couch co-op games, I think this is definitely something that you have to check out. You owe it to yourself. If you have someone in your life who was a huge fan of the Turtles back in the day, or maybe still is now, they will absolutely find something to love here. But of course, enough about our thoughts. Feel free to let us know in the comments down below if you'll be picking up Shredder's Revenge, or maybe you've already pre-purchased it or pre-ordered one of the many cool physical editions of the game as well. Let us know. And of course, if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more videos like this, then why don't you go ahead and pull that subscribe button out of the sewer and feed it something that could be considered toxic, but we'll give it amazing powers instead. And then ring that notification bell to be notified whenever we put up a new video. Thank you all so much for watching, and thank you to Tom for lending us his time and words for this review. I'm Zian from Nintendo Life. Stay safe out there, have a radical day, and we will see you all next time.